Xin chào, mời bạn đến với ban công chiều thứ Bảy. Mình khá là mong chờ tập hôm nay bởi vì cuối cùng mình cũng đã sắp xếp để có vị khách đầu tiên đến với podcast của mình. Nhưng mà bởi vì đây là một người bạn nước ngoài, cho nên hôm nay chúng mình sẽ gọi video call. Đây là một họa sĩ, có thể gọi là graffiti artist. Đúng hơn là mural artist, tức là những họa sĩ mà họ sẽ vẽ những cái bức tranh của mình trên những cái tòa nhà hoặc là những cái mảng tường rất là lớn. Và mình thấy cái trường phái nghệ thuật này chưa quá được phổ biến ở Việt Nam, và cũng rất tò mò về cái hành trình sáng tạo với cái bộ môn nghệ thuật của anh ấy như thế nào. Vậy thì hôm nay hãy cùng theo dõi tập podcast của mình với một người bạn tên là Vúc để xem chúng ta có những cái góc nhìn khác nhau về bộ môn nghệ thuật này như thế nào nhé. Và bây giờ mình sẽ đeo tai nghe để xem anh ấy đã on chưa.
Bravo, Vuk. Hello from Vietnam.
Bravo, hello from Serbia.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for joining me today because I was actually showing up a little bit to my friends that I have known and talented artists from Serbia. Like you have done a lot of work across many countries and you even running your own art festival like for 10 years. And the thing is, this kind of art is not that much popular in Vietnam. So we would love to hear a lot from you. So today you're gonna be bothered a lot. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's perfect. You can go.
Okay. So let's start with your story. Who is Endo? What does he do and why he is doing that?
Yeah. Good question. I'm still searching for the right answer for that, but yeah, there is like 3 or 4 or 5 different person in my head, so I try to separate every pseudonym on a different approach of art. So Endo is like doing graffiti characters. My numbers 514415. That guy is doing abstract art, and usually is doing drawings. So I separate every different approach in the artistic way to the different names, so it can be easy because I switch a lot. I do one style, then I do another style, then another style, so it can be confused for other people and it can be also confused for me. But then, yeah, I started doing graffiti a long time ago, back in like 2005. Yeah, 2005. I was starting to. That was the year of my first ball, and after that, like I didn't paint for 3 or 4 years. Then I started to doing again graffiti and a lot of letter styles, and like every artist, graffiti artist in the planet have their own like secret name. So my in that period I was like, okay, I cannot put my real name on the wall. I need to be someone else. So my name is Endo. I'm still don't know why, but it's okay. I recently been to Japan, and they told me in Japan it's like a common surname in Japan, totally common. So there is a lot of Endo in Japan, and I paint a big wall in Japan also. That was like I was honored to do that, and like people were walking a lot and asking me because I put the name Endo on Japanese letter on the wall. So everybody like, oh, you are Endo. Why you are Endo? Do you have like Japanese root? And I'm like, no, no, no. I'm just like I don't know how, but it's connected. And recently, my friend from Belgrade, he bought me the football dress of football player called name Endo, and he's playing for Liverpool now. So like he's a big fan of Liverpool, and every time he's watching the Liverpool playing the football, when Endo put the goal and get the score, he was like, "Oh, Endo, Endo," and he bought me the dress. So I have now like football dress Endo. I don't know. That's
Yeah, pretty nice. And also, it's very simple to remember and easy to pronounce in many languages.
yeah, yeah. And there is like 4 characters in the name. So basically, a lot of graffiti artists choose the names between 5 or 4 letters because it's
Oh.
when you put it on the wall, it's quite good composition. There is no so many letters, so it's quite often it's like 5 or 4 letters. You can find it.
Mm-hmm. So, can you explain more about the core spirit or the concept about graffiti or street art or mural? Because we it's still a kind of new word to me and to many Vietnamese audience. We'd love to hear more like insight.
It's there is no like it can be seriously, but it's also totally different than painting the canvases or being an artist because you're going out, you paint on the public space, you paint the wall, you don't paint the canvas, you're not alone in the studio, you are with a lot of people. And so graffiti like involved a lot. And then also back in the days, the galleries started to put the graffiti in the galleries. So in that moment, everybody realized, okay, maybe I can live from this. I can sell my canvases. I can paint the inside walls, or I can paint the office, interior design, or whatever. And after that, uh, that's graffiti. And you still have a lot of graffiti artists all over the world painting, and they are totally illegal. They don't want to be on Instagram or whatever. They don't want to know to people to know about them. Just like the privately, they just want people to see their names everywhere. And street art is totally different. Now you have a new muralism, so a lot of graffiti artists and street artists start to paint on big walls. And now I think that's a new era, a new way of thinking. Because back in the days, I can never imagine that I would paint a huge walls everywhere and be a muralist. I don't know. So yeah, the graffiti it's mixed now. I don't know. So I believe in that story that graffiti should be graffiti and street art can be street art, and you find your way and feel comfortable, and that's the whole point.
Uh, Now I see you can bring your art more for public recognition, like more outside world, and even many people hire you to do that. So, um, what is the journey you go from like maybe underground into there to make it like more public visible?
Yeah, good question. I think I never. I was underground like back in 2010, and I was kid, and I was trying to. But I live old town city here, so there is no reason to be illegal here because everybody know everybody. And after that, I feel more comfortable in that period when I go out and start to paint legal wall, but I paint graffiti, so it's more chilled for me. I think after that, yeah, when I started studying art in 2012, uh, I realized in that moment, okay, I can do something different. It's not graffiti. It's not painting faces and characters on the wall. I can do something different. Then, okay, I put mix of everything. Then, after many years, I clean those lines and shapes, and I start to research something totally new, and it's like open field now.
Mhm. I see. I also looking at your sketchbook. Like I was fascinated by many, how to say, like unusual shapes of weird creatures.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is look.
And
Right.
even sometimes I feel a little bit scary, but I'm so curious to know like what's the ideas from, and what is the maybe the inspiration that when you draw those kind of um shapes.
So I'm doing a lot of those sketchbooks. I have like 16 or yeah, I'm now filling up 17 sketchbooks, and I do it every day. It's like actually it's here. So like I always have it with me. So when I go out for coffee or whatever, this is like my kind of diary. So yeah, a lot of drawings every day, and maybe today when we finish this conversation, I will put it like just to remember. I have a podcast with a Vietnamese person. And and in that moment, I always put. You asked me about those like characters. Yeah, I always put them on the wall and on the sketchbook because I know I think this is also the way of my meditation.
Mm. I like the concept of using a sketchbook like a way of meditation because like you can observe your feeling, observe your thoughts, and to make it in a visible expression. And I think it helps a lot to mental health, I think.
Yeah, a lot of mental health and also like trying to be in that spot in that time in that moment. So I put those moments in my sketchbook and I put the dates and everything and I usually remember. Now I also been to Vietnam, for example, and on number 14 in my 14 sketchbook, I can read it and remember the place where I was drinking coffee and where I rent a bike and how I drive and how I met Milan there and how I met my other friends there. I don't know. I always put those notes. So it's good. Like years later, you can read everything about it and feel the emotion and everything.
You know what? I love to do that, but I draw so ugly. Like, and but sometimes I like to draw something just to remember about that memory. Mm, but I think people have different ways to express the feeling or memory, like maybe a poem, maybe notebook, or visual art like you. And now I have a little challenge for you. A big fun question. If you could graffiti on one famous building in the world, would it be what and why?
Honorable, famous, free, but I have a million buildings in on my mind, but there is no like they are not original buildings. So yeah.
Um,
La, 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 la.
Top of
Question.
It's okay.
My parents' building next to my building. That's perfect answer. I can put on the wall now.
You can draw whatever without people repeating it. So, one topic I really want to ask you more is how to make a living from art because you're the one who like successfully can sell your own art and there are many clients come to you. Can you share more? First, who are your big clients and uh, what do they need from you normally?
I'm simply everywhere and I paint a lot and I told you I have several different styles so I can find myself everywhere. So I have audience in every different styles. Actually, the most owners of my canvases are the people who first meet me in person and then talk with me and realize web, and in the end, they want to own the canvas. But it's also a lot of friends because I don't know they believe in my art. So recently, I have some interview and I told I think the main thing is to make the people believe in you and in your art because it's difficult when you actually also when you paint abstract art, it's totally different. You need to have a good base and you need to approach the people because that's emotional. Basically it's emotional thing. It's not like obvious thing. So you need to make people to believe in you and yeah, I'm on that tasks long time ago and I'm still doing it. And also I have a lot of IT sector companies that they're like calling me to do a lot of offices inside and to paint interior design and but right now or back in maybe 2 years. So far, I'm trying to push only my thing to all clients. And when we start to like have negotiation about the wall, I try to give them first my idea, and so we can both be satisfied in the end of that process, because I will be much better when I paint my own style and he will have something originally. And yeah, there is a lot of different clients, but in the end of the year, when you combine everything and connect everything, it's okay. It's you can make your way to live normally from that. Now, when I do it a lot, I can choose some different commissions. I will not do this one because I don't feel comfortable to do it, but because I have another one waiting for me. So, but in the beginning, I used to paint everything. Like whenever you ask me, okay, Vuk, and can you paint me a superhero drink eating hamburger on the top of the building? I'm like, okay, I can do it, and I paint that. But now people have AI, so they can put in AI. I can be original.
So when you're working with corporations, um, it is like hard to balance your own creativity with their desire.
In corporation recently, I paint a lot of my own style, and that's very good because I don't know. It's new time. Definitely, it's a new time in some. In also corporations put a lot of money in the interior design because they want for their employees to be in the offices to work a lot. So they want to make them comfortable area. So I don't know. They put a lot of money in everything. So it's good. We are in the good way. And actually, I work a lot with two companies, and we switch a lot, and I paint a lot of their walls, like painting canvases for them, and they put that in the office and they change that a lot. So it's
Mhm.
IT sector, it's very good sector in the way of money, because there is a lot of money now in IT sector, and you just need to find a common subject to use those two.
Mhm. You also mentioned about nowadays people can use AI for art, but I think I'm sure that no AI can do the thing you do. Like, I see video like a very huge wall, and you guys are painting there, and you guys look so small compared to the huge big wall. So I was wow. And how could you like turn from one concept in your paper into that big world like that?
Yeah, first of all, there is like a lot of a lot of rules when you want to paint a big wall, and you just need to follow the steps. And when you follow the steps, you will have a good product in the end. So like when you have a wall for example like 10 per 4 meters, we do now in these days we do a lot of digital sketch. So we open like Photoshop or Procreate, I don't know, and we put the same dimension but in centimeters in Procreate, and then we start to do a digital sketch. When we finish the sketch, you can separate the sketch on the 1 square meter, and then you can go on the wall and put it in 1 square meter, and you have the lines, and you just follow. It's like grid, and you follow the grid and the line. It's simple, but you need to be like patient and to just easily do it. If you want to be, you can also paint freestyle if you are very good at it. Sometimes I and my friends paint freestyle on the big wall, but you need to also feel comfortable for that.
Mm-hmm. And now comes another question that I hope you can pop up with some creative answer of your own. Let's see.
That's right.
If you could collaborate with any artist, I mean, living or even dead, would who would you collaborate with any artist you want? Who is
Yeah, Francis Bacon. Francis Bacon. For example, I like his style. He is the right person, the exactly the real painter. I don't know. I like his style.
Okay, I would check that out. Okay,
And I do
that out.
I do a lot of collaboration with my friends. When you ask me about graffiti, the main difference between painters and graffiti artists or street artists is like we do a lot of collaboration, and we are like, when I go somewhere, for example, I contact some artist, he just sent me the message, okay, I am capable tomorrow. If you want to go, we can paint together, and then we met for the first time and go and paint the wall. It's like so simple.
Mm. And you also work in different countries, in different continents. Can you name a few, and what's your experience?
I paint in Vietnam, I paint in Japan, in Russia, in Peru, in Chile, in Switzerland, in France, in Italy. I don't know. I paint everywhere, basically. I didn't paint in England. I didn't paint on Iceland or India. I have some countries I will go there to paint. Korea, I don't know. This year I'm gonna paint in China, and that's good. I put like collection coins. Like, okay, I paint in this country. Okay, and I always, when I go in those countries, I always contact someone, the local artist, and then we combine our styles, or he find me the wall, or he with the hints, okay, go here, buy colors here. And it's totally different. Like, where, for example, really, the last one, funny one, was I was in Lima, in Peru, in Peru, and the capital, and I was there for like, I don't know, 20 days, and in that period there was a festival there, and I've been there to paint a wall in favela. It's San Martin de Porres. It's pretty much favela. It was like crazy story to go there to paint, and because there is not a lot, there is no a lot white people walking there. It's extremely dangerous. I don't know, but it was fun. I didn't feel, I didn't have any bad situation.
Mm-hmm. And are there many differences between the style of the graffiti graffiti in different culture?
Yeah, a lot. For example, in Latin America, they have a lot of graffiti artists and a lot of artists who paint female portraits on the wall with a lot of animals, puma, and because of the tradition. And they put a lot of flowers, a lot of animals, and basically every second wall is the same subject. European style, like the German style and the Northern, it can be morbid, or it can be different combination, because people here are maybe open more for that. And for example, in Vietnam there is a lot of graffiti artists. Um, in Peru there is also like murals, because they have a lot of patterns in their tradition. And in Japan, it's like Japan. I don't know. And I don't know, in Russia, you have a lot of good traditional artists, like communist artists. They're very strong, and you can feel that on their walls. And here we have a mix of everything. We are influenced by the whole planet here in Serbia or Balkan.
Bạn thân mến, đây là tập 12 của podcast Ban Công chiều thứ Bảy, và vừa rồi chúng mình vừa lắng nghe một cuộc trò chuyện giữa mình và một họa sĩ đến từ Serbia, và phần 2 chúng mình sẽ tiếp tục upload vào tuần tới nhé. Cảm ơn bạn đã ở đây lắng nghe cùng mình. Cùng mình làm mới cảm hứng và năng lượng sống từ những mẩu chuyện nho nhỏ, những suy nghĩ ngẫu nhiên về cuộc sống, những quan sát về thế giới ngoài kia, hay cả những mảnh ghép cảm xúc đang hiện diện bên trong chúng ta. Ban Công chiều thứ Bảy, podcast dành cho những ai cần một chiều cuối tuần thảnh thơi của riêng mình, được chia sẻ và giải tỏa bản thân theo cách mà mình yêu thích.
Bạn có thể nghe podcast trên YouTube, Spotify và Apple Podcast. Các tập mới sẽ được phát sóng vào 4 giờ chiều thứ Bảy hàng tuần.